All right, everybody, welcome to Split Tickets coverage of the 2022 Georgia Senate runoff. The end of the election cycle is upon us at last, and we have what is essentially the third Georgia Senate runoff election in the last 2 years. And I've got Armin with me here tonight, and we're going to be going through the race, running down, looking at the returns, and trying to provide some good analysis for you guys.
Yeah, pretty much. It'll be fun.
So I guess while we're waiting for returns, Armin, what are your thoughts so far on the race, the campaign up to this point?
Well, I think really Raphael Warnock has done a very good job for a Democrat in a midterm where his party controls the presidency in a state that isn't particularly known for being blue like Georgia. He got a plurality of votes in the first round. And some of that has a little bit to do with Herschel Walker's own weakness as a candidate, which really has denied the GOP the ability to capitalize on, what should have been a very good opportunity to pick up a Senate seat. And so based on what the data we have shows, Walker is an underdog and Warnock is, going into this somewhat favored to keep his seat. So we'll see.
Yeah, definitely. And we had the model that Locksha produced for the site that went out yesterday. Both of us helped with some of the data cleaning there, but obviously the code and all that was Locksha's brainchild. So our model, if I remember correctly, has Warnock winning by 3 points. So we're going to have to take a look at that and see how it plays out tonight. But I think you summed up the campaign very well. Georgia over the last 2 cycles has seemingly proven, at least at the senatorial level, a state where the GOP has been on thin ice. So it seems to be a continuation of that this year.
Yeah.
Oh, we have some early returns.
Apparently. Do you know where they are visible? Because the New York Times is dry. It's blank for everything.
No. Check it again. Times is up.
Oh, I see it now.
Numbers in. Yeah, from Brantley.
Wait, he's at 11? Oh, that has to be the early vote. He's at 11.
Yeah, with 50, there's no way he'd be at 11%.
If he's at 11 when the county is done, we can just call the race right there.
We can call the race right now. It would be a Warnock landslide.
Yeah.
And then we have Grady as well.
Yes. That's not bad.
Yeah, no, again, I mean, if we learn anything from elections is that we have to be very careful with percent reporting numbers. They're very fickle. But if we
Harrison, we should also put the link on, we should tweet the link so other people join, right?
Well, I did tweet the link.
Okay, let me do that as well.
Yeah, we can do that. But again, looking at percent vote reporting, again, kind of a fickle metric. So better to look at the overall votes cast and compare it to our benchmarks adjusted for how we expect turnout to change from election cycle between the different election cycles. But yeah, obviously we're going to have to wait for more votes to come in. But according to the Times, you got 50 and 53% respectively. And we also have Twiggs County reporting.
Oh.
And Warnock is up by 16.
Wait, in the early? Okay, yeah. I mean, Twiggs early is probably mostly black, and the election is probably mostly white.
Again, if he were up by 16 points in Twiggs with everything said and done, I've seen enough, basically. Just for reference, Twiggs was Trump plus 6.3, I believe, in 2020, somewhere in that ballpark. And apparently DDHQ is much faster on the count right now. So I'm going to go pull up DDHQ so we can be more in sync with our audience here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I see it here. Oh, yeah, they have the Fulton early in, and it's Warnock at 82. Jeez.
Yeah, that's what's – well, they also have early numbers from Richmond, too. Both
Richmond, Liberty, these are extremely good, yeah.
Yeah,
for the Democrats.
yeah. DDHQ's got a lot more in at the moment because of those two metros. Okay. But I guess we can use the pre-runoff Senate result from this year as a little bit of a benchmark. So I'm going to pull that up real quick.
I mean, the nice thing is that at least if this isn't going to be anything like last runoff, then this should get over pretty quickly in terms of the counties dropping the numbers.
Yeah, no, if our estimations for Warnock's early vote lead hold up and the election day vote, both in terms of its sheer quantity and the degree to which Herschel Walker wins it, if both of those things hold up, then again, we should be looking at a Warnock victory, and it shouldn't be particularly close, unlike the runoffs last cycle, particularly Ossoff Purdue.
Yeah.
And just looking at broader implications, I mean, one has to wonder 2028, Warnock as a presidential candidate. He's been tossed around quite a lot as a candidate for the White House.
Oh, Lowndes County is mostly in, and Warnock is down by 2. Again, very good result.
Very, very good considering it's Trump plus 15 county. We don't have any election day vote in yet.
Yeah, and very inelastic too. Yeah.
Yeah, presumably we don't have any of the election day vote, and if we do have any of it in, and that's what it's at, then that's very, very bad news for Walker. But he won Lowndes by 18, so he actually exceeded Trump there in terms of raw margin.
Yeah.
One of the things that will be interesting tonight is Fayette, because Walker won Fayette by 3 points or so in November. But it's one of the counties that we've projected in the model that Locksha created to flip to the Democrats potentially. And again, the county level modeling, as I'm sure Locksha would explain much better, is going to be more variable than the actual statewide margin, but it's definitely going to be something interesting to watch.
Yeah, no, more of these, very white, very Republican South Georgia counties, Tift, Worth, Wilcox, they're coming in, and Warnock is hitting exactly where he needs to be to win. And if he's doing that in South Georgia, his overperformance in the Atlanta Metro is going to easily carry him, I think.
Yeah, again, I saw a stat that Wasserman posted. I think it was Wasserman that the Metro made up 59% of the total votes cast in November. So, again, having similar overperformances in the other regions of the state, particularly in the more elastic parts of the southern half of the state, that's just going to be like a cherry on top, more or less. I mean, the metro area is the most.
Yeah, it's where everyone lives. Oh, Cherokee just dropped. Crap. 38. Warnock is at 38 in the early vote in Cherokee.
Oh, I see it on the Times.
I'm following the DDHQ. Yeah. Oh wow, they've got a lot. Wait, what's up in Washington County?
On DDHQ?
On the Times. Oh, it must be one. It must be one very white precinct that they've.
Yeah, I would say.
37 in Oconee too. Yeah, these are not good numbers for.
No. I would suspect once the Times needle goes live, we're going to see it tilting pretty decently in Warnock's favor, because right now you're seeing uniform overperformances of, I wouldn't say overperformances of expectations, because people have been expecting Warnock to do just fine, but overperformances of where you'd peg a normal competitive Democrat at in some of these counties in terms of the early vote. Like 38% in Cherokee, very, very good with about half the vote in. Warnock only got 30% there, actually a bit less than 30 now that I'm looking at the returns again in November. So that's a good ball work against the election day vote. Maybe you can end up with 32, 33%. That would probably correspond with again, like a 3-point statewide victory. Oh, Armin, we have Douglas in now.
Oh, yeah, that's brutal. That is brutal.
Yeah, this is, again, outperforming his benchmarks from November. So We still have to wait for the election day vote, and I don't like to extrapolate from county to county, but if this is the type of general shift we're seeing, then I would not be surprised at all if he does win Fayette, which would look really good for the
For the
model.
model.
Yeah. Because Fayette was pretty precarious as it is. If we're getting a average shift of about 3 points statewide, that's enough.
Yeah.
We have Habersham County reporting in, Armin.
Yeah. See, I have on one computer the New York Times, and I have DDHQ on my other one.
There's not much else that needs to be said. These numbers look great for Warnock.
Yeah. Okay, we have some. Do we have any more? I don't know. We'll see. Galen thinks Warnock plus 5.2. I mean, we might actually see that too. I mean, it might actually turn out to be that close, but the actual margin we won't see. We won't be able to extrapolate just yet.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah, Jesse pulled up the results from Brantley. Warnock is outperforming both in mail and in in-person early voting.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, just looking at these early numbers now that they're, we also have
Clayton, 85. Okay, this has to be just a single precinct the way they reported it. The early vote in Clayton is going to be like 95%.
yeah, because right now he's underperforming 2020, and really it's not that many votes cast in total. We're only talking about 4%. But in Fulton and Cherokee and Douglas, he's well ahead of his benchmarks. That's a good cushion.
Talbot County is in. Okay, that has to just be Talbotton. Oh, we have Dougherty too. Albany early votes are in at 82. Yeah, this is brutal, as they say.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, we have Rockdale in as well, 8119. We don't have anything we don't have any full counties in, but
Nope, no full counties in yet, but significant halves given the early vote drops.
all right, let's see. What else do we have? Baldwin's in. Earlys are at D plus 8. Yeah, that's really good. Oh, we have Earlys for Paulding are at 42% Warnock. Yeah.
Yeah, I just put up the numbers, and again, pretty early, but again, you've got Warnock at 70 in Douglas, got 65 there in November. And Fulton, he's at 82%, roughly, 74% in November. Cherokee, 38%, 29% in November. So, as I just tweeted, I mean, anybody can see that those are great numbers for the Democrats right now. If you're accounting for the fact that we really don't have much of the election day at all in right now, pretty good to have 8-point advantage in Fulton relative to 2020, relative to November. Sorry.
Oh wait, Brantley's more in, and now Warnock is he's under 9. Shit.
Oh, we've got
Um,
Rollindale as well. Warnock's at 81, which is again another overperformance of roughly 8 points.
yeah, we'll see. Camden, Glenn. Yeah, these are good coastal numbers he's getting as well. All right. Oh, we have Chatham. We have Chatham results. Early 73-27 for Warnock. And we have North Atlanta, aka Rabun County, which is
Okay, no,
23%.
we can't be using too many jokes that people won't understand, but we
That's
do have
fair.
Chatham. We have Chatham, and we have Richmond in. So we've got Augusta and Savannah both accounted for.
Yeah.
And gradually, the Atlanta Metro is beginning to report itself. Paulding, as you mentioned, Armin is also in, or starting to report in. And as we've seen, again, good sign for Warnock. He was at 36%, 36.5% in Paulding last time. He's at 42% now. I'd really like to see Clayton numbers once we get a big drop and we have more than half the early votes in, but we're going to have to wait and see. Although
Yeah.
I think we all know what to expect out of Clayton, Armin.
Yeah.
And it won't be Clayton's Republican past in the 1980s.
No,
I'm
definitely
sorry, I
not.
just keep seeing in this chat. There have been 3 people who have said seems like great news for Masters since we started. That and the flippant non sequitur basically are the 2 takeaway memes of election Twitter as of late.
Wait, what's a flippant non sequitur?
Miles said something, and Carrie Lake's War Room account responded saying, and we didn't have a flippant non sequitur from J. Miles Coleman on our watch list or something like that. But getting back on topic here, we've got a lot of counties coming in. I mean, the state is reporting itself en masse here.
Yeah, it's pretty fun to follow that, but we have 159 different data points.
It's better than Nevada, where we wait for hours and then don't get the results until the next day.
Oh,
Then,
we have a precinct in from Floyd County, and Warnock is at 48.
so let's see if we're evaluating what we've got here in terms of the bigger guns outside of the Atlanta metro area. We have Macon, and we have numbers from Richmond and Chatham too.
Wait a sec, that can't be right. Washington apparently is done, and Herschel Walker won it.
Is it really done?
That's what the New York Times says. But I mean,
Let's just be careful. I don't trust these reporting numbers after
yeah,
what we saw in November.
yeah.
I'd just be very wary. But what is he at right now in Washington?
51-49 for Walker.
Okay. Well, I mean, very,
I mean, if
very
he really
narrow.
just he can still win just on urban turnout.
Yeah, it was a very, very narrow Biden Walker County. Um, but again, it's one of those counties with a decently sized black population that we've been looking at, and that Laksha mentioned as having the potential to flip back to the Democrats this time from November. Yeah, I mean, New York Times is saying 95% plus, but given how close it
What
is,
the percent of the ballots cast? What percent of what? How many ballots did Washington cast in
it's
November?
close to it's close to November turnout. It's not too far off. They cast about 5,800. No, hold on. I don't have the exact number. Let me go pull it up for you. Here we go. Looks like they cast about like 7,800 ish ballots in November.
Looks like the more election day votes that come in, and Baldwin County and Warnock is still holding his lead. Also, wait, Warnock is winning the early vote in Spalding County? My lord.
Yeah, again, looking at these numbers overall, my conclusion, and I think the conclusion of most people would be that we're looking at a comfortable Warnock victory when all is said and done,
Yeah.
assuming the patterns we've seen hold up. Oh, Burke numbers. Again, election day vote, though, put Walker over the line there.
Yeah, there's too many white voters in Burke to actually flip the county back now.
Yeah, Burke's been on the way out. I think that was a Clinton-Trump county.
Yeah.
One of the few. Reminds me of Scotland County, North Carolina. That was another Clinton-Trump county.
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
And Mahoning.
Yeah.
I can't remember Lorraine. I think Lorraine.
See,
No, did Trump win Lorraine in 2016, Armin?
no.
Yeah,
Lorraine
so
was also Clinton
Lorraine
Trump,
was
yeah.
also in there with Mahoning. That's right.
Bleckley County just has one precinct in, except the thing is, I know for a fact Bleckley County just has one countywide precinct. So we'll just have to. It's like 25,000 people and they have one countywide precinct.
That's the thing with these smaller ones. And predictably, if you look at the early returns out of Richmond and the early returns out of Chatham, you're seeing the same pattern that you see statewide. Warnock's doing excellent in the early vote. Doherty's in, Macon's in. We're talking about decent amounts of votes overall. You got Hall County in, Armin, kind of one of those far out exurban.
70-30. Oof, yeah, that's tough. That's tough. The election day vote actually does look halfway decent. We just have to see what Warnock can put out in DeKalb and Fulton and DeKalb.
Yeah, overall, that's what we have to see. In Hall, the numbers right now don't look terrible. I mean, Walker did get only 71% there last time. So if this is the earlies in some of the election day and he's at 70, then that would indicate that he's underperforming November by less there than he is statewide.
Yeah.
Then again, Hall doesn't. I mean, collectively, the Republican exurbs matter, but individually, Hall does not really play as big of a role as Bartow or Cherokee, Forsyth. All righty. Yeah, Armin, Washington, I'm not sure. I think it's too early to say it's done based off of just percent reporting, but if we've got the election day votes counted too, then Walker might be able to squeak by there, but by less than he did in November.
Yeah, I mean, in November, Walker won it by a single point.
Yeah, it was 48. 49. Yeah, it was pretty much the exact same margin, just with a different vote share. All right, let's get more of the Atlanta Metro in.
Yeah, Gwinnett dropped.
Really? Where? Oh, I see it.
New York Times, yeah. 68-32.
Numbers. good numbers for him there again.
Oh, Sumter as well dropped D plus 16 earlies.
Yeah, Gwinnett is in.
I mean, yeah.
Honestly, Armin, I would
We
wait.
just have to wait.
I
Yeah.
would wait for more of the election day vote, but right now, I'd still personally, I would say that I think it's more of a question of by how much Warnock wins rather than does he win. But yes, we've underestimated the election day vote before. There's no harm in waiting, so we'll just be patient here.
Yeah. Wait, Cobb is what?
Really? Where?
I
see it yet.
don't know. That sounds ridiculous. Yeah, I'm not seeing it anywhere.
Yeah,
We
no.
got Union and we got Towns.
Yeah, Cobb is not in yet, according to the Times. The only new metro area county to drop is Gwinnett.
Yeah.
Okay. So, if we remember,
Okay, what just dropped? Oh, Towns is almost fully in. I thought it was at 89.
Miles tweeted about it, so I think that Towns is actually going to be.
Oh yeah, then that's a slight overperformance. I mean, North Georgia is actually swung very minorly left in the past like cycle or two, just because of how Republican it got with Hillary.
Yeah, that's a good point. And also the fact that we're probably going to end up seeing a pretty uniform, well, I wouldn't say uniform, a shift that is uniform and that it occurs across the state, but not at uniform degrees everywhere. For example, Washington looks as though it hasn't shifted at all, which would make sense because smaller counties have more variation. But all righty. And we've got Bartow in too. Another one of those
Well,
big.
Bartow is Bartow is actually rural in a way that Cherokee
I
is.
know. I know. It's not like Cherokee and Forsyth.
Bartow was ended up at 24 for Warnock in November. He's at 30 right now. So
Yeah, although I will say that combining everything together and comparing it against the more strictly rural counties, Bartow still is important.
yeah,
It's kind of like Floyd.
yeah. It's arguably more similar to Rome than it is to. I don't know what cities do they even have in Cherokee County?
In Cherokee,
Yeah.
I'm looking. Apparently, Canton is the biggest one.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, again, Forsyth and Cherokee go together much better, and Hall as well. Floyd is more connected with Bartow. Someone's saying CNN has a Cobb drop.
Well, let's. Oh, it's probably on TV. They probably haven't published it yet.
Yeah, they want to keep their viewers up there. It makes sense. 80 to 20, what? There's no way.
80-20. If it's 80-20, this is just over. But
It's done.
that sounds too ridiculous.
There's no way that's accurate. It's my guess personally is that the early vote numbers right now in Cobb are similar to Gwinnett. Maybe like 70% Warnock, not 80-20. Or
Cobb will be a little bit more Republican just because it's white.
I know. So we're probably looking at, in that case, we're probably looking at low 60s, low mid 60s. Because what Gwinnett was 68, so then maybe Warnock gets 64, and Cobb. I mean, Cobb in 2020, or sorry, in the November election, it wasn't that much redder than Gwinnett, so it should be a decent benchmark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what CNN is doing.
It sounds ridiculous, frankly.
There's no way the lead is that big. It just doesn't mesh with what we're seeing in Gwinnett or Douglas or anywhere. That would be a way bigger shift.
Okay, what just came in?
It looks like Washington County, unless the election day vote is complete, Ed Durr, Washington County looks like it'll be up there with the list of contrarian counties.
Yeah, and Brantley too as well, because it slightly swung a little bit right. But I mean, again, the turnout dropped significantly.
Yeah, exactly. And at least in a county like Washington, it's not only turnout, but also just the sheer size of the county, and that it's a smaller county. So you got more variation there. But ultimately, what matters tonight is what's the shift like in the metros, particularly the Atlanta metro.
Oh, Berrien is done? No, Berrien can't be done. What are you guys doing?
Armin, where do you keep getting these reports that things are done when they're not?
This is what people say.
People need to slow down a bit.
Okay, that is a definite reporting error what DDHQ has for Long County.
Yeah, no, that's backwards.
Okay, the margin is like something out of 1922 instead of 2022, but the raw votes just do not make any sense.
They probably put the numbers in backwards.
Oh, and the same for Bacon County as well.
Or no, maybe they didn't put the numbers in. I don't know what's going on because Long is only R+10 on the Times, so.
Yeah, DDHQ has a bunch of messed up results.
Okay. DDHQ just put in.
Like, Bacon County is definitely wrong. White County is definitely wrong. Turner County is definitely wrong.
It'll all straighten out, but no. Also, if there were that many raw votes actually cast in Long County, things would be broken, considering it only cast like 5,000 votes.
If Long County had that many votes, I would just say there's fraud in this election, and I'd be right, but there isn't.
If Long County cast 188,000 votes and Warnock won it with 81%, he'd be senator in a blowout. Okay, listen, DDHQ is solid. I'll give them that, but I'm going to refrain from using their results until they get these flip-flops straightened out, or refrain from extrapolating too much, I should say.
Yeah, NBC just threw their Cobb results out.
Yeah, I don't know why who let the networks run with that? I mean, anyone who knows just a little bit.
Yeah, you should have just given me a phone call, man.
They could look at those numbers and be like, oh, guys, this is just not possible based off of what we're seeing everywhere else. Ben Hill.
Oh, is Ben Hill in?
Ben Hill is pretty much entirely in, apparently.
64-36, and it was.
That's a little bit better than what he did in the.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? We get to tweet that as counter to all the Brantley dooming. And it's ancestrally Democratic too, like more so than Brantley.
Yeah, I'm betting we see an overperformance in Telfair too. Probably by again something similar, like 2 points, small.
Good. Okay. We just tweeted about Ben Hill. Yeah, Ryan Matsumoto is tracking this. God, these people, you're right. It's like feeding the beast.
I know, Armin. Shouldn't have said that. I should have tweeted it myself.
We're like those. What is it? William Randolph Hearst and the other guy who both like tried to muckrake the other in the late 1800s with journalism.
I know, but again, I should have tweeted that. But there will be more feeding the beast tonight. It's okay. The thing I love about feeding the beast tweets is you can do a full analytical article that you put a lot of effort into, and it gets just average attention. But then you can just tweet out something that's basic and anybody could say it, and you get like 2,000 likes.
Yeah. Also, in Ware County, I have to think that's just the city of Waycross, because Ware County is like ultra dark MAGA.
Yeah, no, that's the type of result where if that ended up being the final result, you'd be looking at a landslide victory for Warnock.
Wait, okay, no, DDHQ fixed their county results properly.
Long is fixed.
Yeah, except Turner is not. Turner is, wait, what?
Unless Turner is suddenly voting Democratic.
They definitely switched the numbers in Turner.
Yeah, they're backwards, but they'll fix them.
DDHQ has higher numbers that make it only an R+5 if you correct it, which would be a gigantic overperformance. But we'll. Oh wait, Pierce is fully in, and okay, looks like Warnock got 11 in Pierce, so good for him.
Yeah, again, in counties like that, getting now DDHQ still has them at 17 or whatever, but 11 would be a very slight overperformance from November.
Yeah.
Very slight. I'm waiting for Telfair because I want to tweet that out and confirm that it's just like Ben Hill. I mean, both of them are ancestrally Democratic, and they're right next to each other. Armin, what do you think the future of the runoff is in Georgia after these results? Assuming
whatever the legislature wants. I mean,
I'm saying, do you think the Republicans will scrap it?
Well, the Democrats lowered the threshold when they kept losing in the 90s, so they might just try something like that.
That is true. They saw what happened to Wyche Fowler, and they were very sad and went out.
Yeah, Wyche is still around. I wonder what he thinks about all this.
Well, Wyche only barely lost, so that was back.
That was just the 2021 runoff, but in version.
It was pretty much just rural white voters that made up his base is not turning out.
Yeah. Ooh, Muskogee dropped. Whew. 72-28 early. That's huge.
Yeah, that's another 10-point lead. And that gives us all three.
Oh, we beat Dave Wasserman to talk about Ben Hill County. Now we can play the Benny Hill theme.
Good. Okay, now we're going to go put out a tweet because we have our numbers in, preliminary numbers from the metros in Georgia's 2nd District. Put those out.
Yeah, that's good. Murray County, ooh, that's mean, 84-16. Yeah. I mean, so we have a good picture, basically. Walker is not really outperforming much in rurals.
No.
It just depends on how the Atlanta Metro turns out.
Yeah, obviously overperforming by like half a point in Washington or overperforming in Brantley, that's not really going to do anything in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, Brantley is tiny. I mean, it
Especially
only
when,
matters.
yeah,
It only matters because it's like 90% Republican.
especially when you have Warnock outrunning his benchmarks, not only in Republican exurbs, but also in these metro counties themselves, elsewhere in the state with the earlies.
All right, come on, feed the beast. Cobb's there. Okay, 67 to 33.
Oh God, yeah, that is very close actually to Gwinnett. So it looks like it's a bit on the higher side. But then again, it's also just 24% in.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Oh, the Times needle is up now that Cobb is in.
Needles activated. What do we got?
We've got toss up.
Oh, okay. I guess we just have to. They just need actual more votes.
We need more election day votes.
Yeah. All right.
So Warnock's still outrunning November in the Georgia 2 counties. The three that matter,
Yeah.
most, that is. But his smallest overperformance is in Macon at the moment. But Macon, you've got
Oh,
some.
Macon County. Yeah, I thought you meant the city of Macon.
No, you've got some election day votes coming in though, so it's lessening it.
Yeah, we're already at nearly 40% of the votes in, so just have to wait.
Oh, Fayette. Sorry, Fayette early vote is also in, so the metro is growing. And Clayton, Armin, you guessed the margin dead on, 91 to 9. No joke.
Damn. Okay. I'm gonna feed the beast some more.
No, wait. Okay, wait. No, you tweet about Clayton. I want to tweet about Fayette. And,
Okay.
but you tweeted about Clayton. That's fine. I honestly don't care that much. I'm just messing with you because we have that funny long running joke about feeding the beast.
Right.
Alrighty. Have you seen Columbia too? Columbia early vote. Walker's only up by 4.
That's terrible.
I know it's awful. It's only 38% in, but still, those are not the numbers you want to see.
Okay, yeah. Also, according to DDHQ, Turner is actually in, and it's like fully a 5-point overperformance.
Really? Okay. Well, that's pretty big. Hold on, though. No, it wouldn't be that big of an overperformance, right? I mean, it's voting exactly the same as it did in November. On the Times.
Oh, what was?
On the Times,
It was
38.
Turner was 61-37. On DDHQ, Turner's fully in. Wait, on the Times, what did these bastards say?
It's the same thing.
Oh, okay. They just updated it. I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, basically, that means he's just keeping pace.
Yeah. Yeah. It seems like we're seeing a lot of stasis in these rural counties like Washington. Did you tweet about Clayton?
I did tweet about Clayton.
All right, let me go.
You can tweet about Turner as well.
I'm waiting for Telfair. You can put something up on Turner. I want to.
Telfair is the peak ancestral county in South Georgia.
Don't worry. Yeah, let's put up something about Column.
Okay, good. We tweeted about Turner. Yeah, we just have to. Okay, Whitfield County is mostly in. Actually, yeah. Wait, no. We have a list of exactly how many early votes and election day votes and whatnot. That Jesse made for us. So
Really? Well, how about we get that
I'm
up
going to open it up. Yeah,
here?
so that we
If you
can.
send it to me.
Yeah, let me find it. Too many damn DMs to sift through when Elon is mismanaging the website's software infrastructure. Here it is. Okay. So oh, never mind.
Yeah, that'll be really useful if we can get it pulled up.
Yeah, never mind. Jesse's spreadsheet does not have what's it called?
Early percentage.
Yeah, for this here. All right, come on, give us some more. Is Oconee fully in?
I'm not sure.
No, it doesn't look like it quite yet.
Yeah, so we got that. Well, as David mentions, the New York Times needle is now beginning to lean towards Warnock. Slightly.
Yeah.
We've got Clark in too.
Fully in?
No.
Okay.
But he's
Yeah,
predictably ahead.
78-22.
He's predictably ahead by what I would say the average is overall in terms of early voter performance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blue Fayette looks like a reality. Blue Spalding, though, no, too much of a carry.
Now Spalding is not
Spalding,
gonna hold.
no,
Yeah.
not what we're seeing. Not yet, at least. Well, I've got to say, Armin, these are good results for J.R. Majewski. Oh my God.
What happened?
Telfair is in, and he's overperforming significantly. Time to tweet.
Warnock is?
Yes, I mean, it's only 54% in, so it's probably the early votes. So actually,
Yeah, hold your horses for that.
I want to
Basically,
wait for the election day vote. Although right now he's at 30.
Wait, Chattahoochee's in. You can tweet about that.
No, you can tweet about that, Armin.
Oh yeah, Fayette flipped red, and it's in. Loses it by 3. Oh no. What am I looking at? That's
What?
the old one. That I was looking at the November results.
Sorry, I was going to say, since when did all the remaining Fayette ballots come in? It would also be suspect if he lost Fayette by the exact same margin that he did in November.
Telfair had Democratic countywide officials until I think a year or 2 ago.
It would make sense. Remember that, as you know well with your township trustee maps, ancestral party affiliation is most pronounced at the very, very bottom of the ticket until the last minute.
Well, I mean, with a lot of the township trustee stuff, just no one runs for those things. So just whoever signs up wins.
You know what I mean. Similar dynamic. It's a lot easier to be a conservative Telfair Democrat at the county level than at the congressional level, where it's impossible.
Yeah.
DeKalb is reporting.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Very small though. So
88-12. Yeah, that has to just be some
Newton, though.
batch of precincts.
Newton is big right now. I'm going to tweet about that. All right.
Oh, Houston County earlies are in, and Warnock is down by 263 votes.
Yeah, Wasserman's not as old as someone put this comment up. Wasserman is younger than a lot of people think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe Wasserman has a young child, so pretty cool.
Okay, Bibb County just dropped early, 73-27. Again, that's decent for Warnock. We just have to think, how big is the election day vote?
I'm sorry, Armin. Can you please repeat what you just said?
I don't remember what I just said.
God, we get really good at just filling blank airwaves with nonsense.
Look, I did debate in high school. That's what I did. That's what you do.
Well, that's what I do right now in debate.
Yeah, I mean, yes, you know. Okay, come on.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get blue. I don't like to make declamatory judgments, but would not be surprised at all if we got blue Fayette.
Imagine if Walker wins and Fayette is blue.
No, Armin. I don't think that. I don't think
Yeah, but you see Ed Durr.
I don't think anybody's seriously toying right now with a Walker victory, but seems increasingly prescient what Wasserman said, that 3 points might be a little bit better than 5.
Yeah.
Yep. Now we wait. Election day
Ooh,
vote.
Lowndes County apparently is fully in, and it was a 1-point swing to Warnock.
Is it really fully in though? That's the question.
I mean, Georgia's not an all mail voting state like Colorado, so I think they're better about that.
Yeah, that's true. But again, it's a decently sized county for the southern part of Georgia. It's Valdosta, but not a tremendous shift. Interesting though, as a data point.
Yeah.
I still think the model's going to hold up pretty well if you get a Warnock win by 2 points. I mean, we run
Even
the
if it's,
lowest.
I think, yeah, our coalitions are going to hold up decently well.
Yeah, especially Fayette, but our numbers are on the lower side compared to some more sanguine observers. So again, I think that'll hold up well. Henry's in too. Similarly large lead if you compare it to Newton, but now we wait for the election day votes. It's going to make the difference here. Armin, look at this.
Was ist passiert? Johnson County? Oh. Oh, Johnson's fully in. That's where Walker's from. 71-29. In November, it was 74-26. Okay, so clearly Walker's hometown buddies did not like him. You can tweet that.
CNN did a little article about his home.
Harrison, you can tweet about Johnson County.
Is it really fully in though?
I believe so.
All right. I'm done tweeting out early numbers. I'm going to wait for the election day vote now. Slight. What?
The GOAT.
Well, okay. Well, for Christ's sake.
Exactly right. When's DeKalb gonna drop? I don't know when DeKalb's gonna drop.
My God.
What else? Do we have more Telfair? No, we don't. Come on, man. I need more Telfair.
All right, I'm going to tweet about Johnson.
Oh, Bleckley is in. Okay, let's. They're one countywide precinct, just like a trapezoid.
I feel like I'm going to get slammed for saying that Johnson is Walker's home because his residence isn't there anymore.
Okay, I mean he lives in Texas, but like his whole vibe is that he's a kid from Wrightsville who made it good.
I'll just say his original hometown.
Wait, according to Ethan, turnout's up from the general, but Warnock is doing even better. Okay, that's really funny. Yeah, no, I straight up think that's actually correct. Yeah. All right, come on.
Well, so much for an early night, Armin.
Oh well, Glenn had a 5-point shift to mid-sized county in South Georgia. Um,
It's from Wrightsville, right?
yeah. All right, let's see. Yeah, no, Southwest Georgia's all over the place. Webster County has a left shift. Sly County has a right shift. Quitman is right. Chattahoochee is left. But I mean, again, those are all really, really small.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, I'm getting a ton of followers back after a bunch left because of Elon or whatever.
I know. Then I'm rebuilding my 100 followers that declined after the election season ended. But most of them will disappear again once the election is over. Oh, we've got Lanier County.
Lanier is very red.
Warnock.
Wait, we have Lanier?
Warnock is at 43%.
Wait, where? I'm not seeing this in the New York Times.
It's on Big Penguin. I actually
Okay, so Glenn County is definitely separate from Atlanta burbs. It's its own thing. It's arguably more similar to something in Florida.
Yeah.
I would not read too much into it. We can't actually call this one way or another until we see election day votes from Cobb, Gwinnett.
Well, remember, Arvin, we don't actually call races, but
we can't actually project with reasonable confidence that one or the other will emerge victorious.
well, we know that one of them will hopefully emerge victorious, but I know what you mean. Still, though, who would have thought we would have been at this point with Georgia 5 years ago, 6 years ago?
Yeah. Something just come in.
I think it's just more election day votes overall.
Oh,
Walker's
Forsyth
at
just
46
dropped.
now. Oh, that's right. I didn't see it.
And Warnock starts at 36. Yeah, okay, that is
Not that much better. He got 33%.
yeah, but the New York Times is baking in really bad assumptions.
Yeah, I would say that indicates you're not going to see that much of an overperformance, if anything, in Forsyth specifically, because he's up right now with earlies by what, 4 compared to November. If the election day vote is as Ed Durr as it supposedly could be, then that might neutralize a lot of that effect.
Yeah.
All right, go put something up on.
Something else just came in. What was that?
Walton.
Oh yeah, Walton is dark MAGA.
Yeah, maybe in the end, Warnock ends up overperforming more when compared to the state in the other Atlanta metro counties than in Forsyth. We're going to have to see.
Yeah, I mean Forsyth specifically has a lot of that like hyper localized down ballot Republicanism, especially in the southern part of the county.
Yeah.
Dade County, no, we still have to wait for Dade County to drop, but I think 18 is the win condition statewide.
Miami-Dade. Well, we got Rabun County. Still, though, I've got to say, I mean, we've got half the statewide votes accounted for already so far, and it's only 8:15. So Georgia definitely goes on the list of states that are pretty good with their election results in terms of counting them quick.
Yeah.
It's going to be a close race, but we're going to be able to know the outcome at a reasonable hour on the East Coast.
Oh, Oconee County's fully in. A D+1 shift
Yeah,
from
it's
November.
now leaning Warnock on the needle.
Oh, yeah, sounds reasonable. Warnock +2 now on the New York Times. Did something else happen?
We might have gotten a drop from. I think we got more votes in from Clayton earlier, so it's not that.
It's 91 to 9.
I'm not sure what came in.
Wait, Warnock won the Henry early vote by 50? And he only won the November early vote there by 36.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, again, he's up big in a lot of these counties in the metro area that are Democratic and have large black populations, which pretty much describes just most of them there.
I mean, yeah, South Georgia is mostly done. This is just going to come down to
It's just
North
the metro.
versus Metro.
I mean, again, we could have guessed this beforehand that the Atlanta metro.
South Georgia has not decided a competitive race since the late 90s.
Yeah, pretty much not since it failed to turn out for Weich Fowler. It'd be nice to get big election day drops out of Cobb and Gwinnett, or just more of the early voting in Cobb.
Let's see, what else do we have? Yeah, the rural counties that we have in are really a bit of a mixed bag.
Well, they are rural though, so
Yeah. I mean, the mid-sized, less rural counties we have are actually pretty decent for Warnock. So we just have to see what a Bibb or a Muskogee or a Doughty, does. And Baldwin is pretty close to done. So wait a sec, did Baldwin stay with Warnock?
It's too close to say, I think, Armin, because it says it's above 95% in, but it's only 33 votes for Warnock right now.
Yeah, well, let me check how many votes they cast last time as well.
They cast like 15,000, I think.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. I suppose if turnout was down.
Yeah, turnout was down, but again, Lockstra pointed this out when he suggested that some of these counties, like Washington and Baldwin, could flip back to Warnock. Washington looks like it's not the case, but Baldwin looks like it could be one of those. I might have spoken too soon, Armin, about quick election counts.
Yeah, well, they're counting quickly. It's just the result isn't, super decisive.
Yeah.
Oh, we're at Warnock plus 2.4. Dang.
Yeah, no, the needle's just becoming more and more confident on Warnock.
Yeah. Now Warnock, I think he's going to probably end up winning, but margin will be important here.
Indeed. Yeah, given how small a lot of these rural counties that are still outstanding, at least partially, in the north and south, since this really isn't a race that we expect to come down to less than 10,000 votes, um, I would say that we just pretty much need to focus with laser eyes on the metro, Atlanta metro right now, rather than some of these rural counties. Because we already know more or less what we can expect from the outstanding votes there if we estimate based off of how they're leaning now relative to how they voted in 2020 and in November. And then we can kind of use a metric to guess how the remaining ballots will come in. Burke is back in Republican hands.
Oh yeah,
84% in, but I expect Walker's margin to go up. He won it by, I believe, about
3, 4.
nah, more than that. It was like I think it was more like 6. Right now, though, he's up by 2. Walker being up by 2 versus 6.
Everybody's tweeting great news from Blake Masters.
I know. That means never going to get old. Yeah, no, there you go. More feeding the beast. Okay, let's see here. So, with Baldwin in the bag for Warnock, Washington, and narrow miss. I'm trying to think of some of the other counties that Locke should put in the category. Let me go and look. I mean, those are pretty much it. I guess that Peach is another one that you could theoretically put in that category. But
Well, we didn't have Peach going for the Democrats, did we?
no, but it's a similar. It's a county that I think you could put in a similar category theoretically. Although I expect Walker to win it. It was 52-47. Again, slightly lower black population than in Jones and Washington, but should still be close. Or sorry, not Jones, Baldwin. That was my bad. I misspoke. Jones is dark MAGA. Speaking
I mean,
of which,
basically every county in Georgia is dark MAGA.
I say that just as Jones reports and pushes Walker up to 48%. So, although
That Tolliver County margin is atrocious, I think.
well, I was about to say that Warnock's holding up fine with the votes right now in Jones. He's at 38%, and he finished with just under 33% there in 2020.
Oh,
Or
we have
sorry,
Twiggs and Wilkinson fully in. Never mind. I'm still fucking looking at the
2020.
November results.
Not 2020. See, this is confusing me too. The fact that we're having a runoff in the same year. I keep saying 2020, but it really should be November. I'll get used to it here soon enough.
All right. Yeah. Most of the counties are fully in now, so we just have to. Yeah, looks like Tifton also moved slightly left too. I'll tweet about that as well.
I'm just tweeting about Burke real quick. Because I mean, we'd all be shocked, and it would be rather inexplicable if it voted Democratic. But I would not be shocked if Warnock gains ground there from November.
Hmm.
Oh, Wasserman, I think beat you, Armin.
To talking about Tift.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, there's 159 of these. You can't beat me over all of them. Wait, the needle predicts counties now?
No. I don't think so. They do have a turnout map, though.
Yeah.
Okay, Ben Hill looks like it's back to pretty much the exact same thing as in November, Armin.
Okay. Did they just
So,
add more votes?
yeah, I'm on the Times, and the margin is now exactly the same as it was in November.
Bro.
Or almost exactly the same. It's R plus 28 versus R plus 29.
Also, wait, dude, Sumter inflated their margin.
Yeah, it looks like we have some box 13 stuff going on in these rural Suffolk counties.
Jimmy Carter's bringing the mules.
Yeah, and they're not coming out for Warnock. Okay, yeah, if Ben Hill ended up being practically nothing in terms of shift, then I think we all know what to expect for Telfair.
Yeah, because Ben Hill and Telfair are kind of similar.
Oh, very much so, yes.
Yeah, except I think Fitzgerald, which is the county seat, is a little bit wider than McRae Helena, which is the seat of Telfair.
I wonder where the MAGA election day hordes are.
Oh, they're here. They're here. They're coming.
Needle's getting closer and closer to the model. 2.3.
Oh, wait, he underperformed in Thomas County as well, too? Yeah.
I wish the New York Times put the counties in alphabetical order, not by number of votes cast.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Or however they're doing it here. Thomas, he underperformed by. Hold on a second. Are these results just wrong? The New York Times is going to deceive me. Yeah, what? Hold on.
What's happening?
Oh no, never mind. Those results are accurate. I thought I had spoken correctly about Ben Hill, but it was not. I was not correct. I was correct. I was mistaken. The numbers are indeed similar. Yes, we can look at this and thank Georgia for having way too many counties. Way too many counties.
It's more fun. It's better than Arizona having like 50.
No, Armin, I completely disagree. It's such a pain to type out each individual county into a spreadsheet.
Okay, look, in Massachusetts, we have 351 towns and nobody complains.
That's because people who want to make those maps enjoy doing it.
That's true.
All right. Walker's officially over 49%.
And Clay County is in, what was it? It's a left shift. You can tweet that.
Clay looks like a 1 point left shift.
Yeah.
Again, I'm mostly just waiting for the numbers out of the Atlanta Metro.
Oh, I know, but all the little rural counties are how you feed the beast.
I know, but they're not really important. You go ahead and put that out about Clay. I've fed the beast enough for one election cycle. I'll wait. Tightening up. Tightening up a lot. I want to get more Cobb ballots in, more of Cobb and more of DeKalb, because right now the sheer lack of ballots out of both of those counties is potentially going to put Walker in the lead or close to it, if only temporarily. I mean, if DeKalb weren't at 5% in right now, this race would just not be as close as it is.
Yeah, I mean there's still more for Warnock to gain in the metro than there is, left in the rest of the state. I love I love how if you look at the New York Times swing map, Johnson County has the biggest blue shift out of any of these. And I think the turnout went up in Johnson.
Johnson County.
Yeah, Johnson is the only one of these which has an increase to runoff turnout.
Yeah, Warnock should be able to broaden out his lead a little bit more once we get those DeKalb votes in. And that's accounting as well for the Republican-leaning election day votes. Not just Republican-leaning. I mean, we all expect the election day votes to break pretty heavily for Walker, landslide.
Wait, Rockdale is fully in and Warnock outperformed by 3.
Apparently so. I guess I'll go tweet about that. That's slight overperformance from November.
Oh yeah, Burke is in. It's now R plus 4. Let's see. Yeah, Rockdale's fully in. We mentioned it. Harrison's going to tweet about it.
Yeah, I'm just getting the turnout numbers here to tweet too. Currently,
Yeah, I think North Georgia is coming in now at a pretty quick clip. Now, for the viewers, if you are rooting for the Warnock side, you might go underwater for a little bit, but that's just because
of
DeKalb,
North
Cobb,
Georgia.
Gwinnett,
Yeah, I put
and
out
the
a
rest of Fulton hasn't come in with the rest of their numbers.
Yeah, I put up a clarifying tweet about that earlier, just a few minutes ago, because a lot of people that might not look at this underneath the surface will realize that you have to wait. You have to wait. But Rockdale's up. Slight overperformance. He got 75% this time, 73% in November. Walker more or less got the same amount, 25%. And turnout is only down slightly from November. I have 31,604 ballots cast there, according to the Times, and you had about 35,000
Wait,
in.
the needle's gone. Everybody's going to be plunged into chaos now.
Now that the needle's disappeared. Oh, God. That's the last thing we need. I can't wait. It's just going to create even more chaos because Walker takes the lead, which we expect because there's just a ridiculous sea of uncounted votes left in the metro. And then the needle disappears. But if you don't know much about Georgia geography or population concentration, then you might freak out if you're a fan of Warnock's camp. But again, as Armin said, as I tweeted, patience is the best medicine against this sort of thing.
Okay, we got results from Butts County. Hilarious name. And it's dead even with November.
Yeah.
Not that who says I'm joking? I'm not joking. What are you talking about?
About what? Does someone
I
not
don't know.
believe there's actually a county called Butts County?
I don't know.
Yeah, overall, I think what we're going to see tonight in the Metro, if Rockdale is any indication, is that turnout's really not going to collapse tremendously. I know some on the website were predicting a massive drop in Metro turnout, and I guess we really can't say that with certainty that it won't happen until we get the rest of the returns out of Fulton and DeKalb, but it doesn't look like it's going to be too bad. Overall turnout looks like it's held up pretty well.
Yeah, Hart, Albert, all this stuff. Savannah River is fully complete now, so. Oh, the needle has been suspended for data issues. What must have happened was they probably figured out that the assumptions they were using were too conservative and pro Walker to have an accurate assessment. So they're probably just rejiggering it a bit.
Okay, Douglas is getting close to being done, and it looks like you're going to have a similar a similar Warnock overperformance to what we saw in Rockdale. Looks like we still have 12% outstanding according to the Times, but at the moment, Warnock's at 67% there compared to 65. He could end up doing just a hair better than he did in November in Douglas too, so I keep an eye on that. I guess the crucial thing for Walker is even in Rockdale, Warnock's share went up slightly because he removed the presence of third parties, but Walker's share was exactly the same. And considering he lost the last race, well, that's not what you want to see. It's just not what you want to see.
Yeah, there's some slight evidence of a Walker overperformance in North Georgia, Gordon, and Habersham.
In the rules, we should qualify.
Yeah. I don't know if it's enough for to withstand what is inevitably going to come in Atlanta's metro. Especially because we have nothing from DeKalb.
Nothing from DeKalb. Literally nothing. Practically 5%.
And really not a lot from Cobb or Gwinnett either. So.
Yeah, no. Even Fulton, still got half the vote left in Fulton.
Yeah, and this ain't the Fulton that I mapped this morning.
No, exactly. I mean, election day votes are going to be redder than early and mail-in.
But that just means that they'll net Warnock less votes.
They'll net him less votes, but it's still Fulton, which is a dark. Actually, that doesn't really work. A dark MAGA county doesn't work for the Democrats, but a very blue Democratic county. So you're still going to have landslide splits for Warnock, even with the election day vote. It'll just net him fewer. Armin, didn't the needle break on election night too?
It probably did. I don't know.
I don't remember.
Yeah. Funny thing is, I always got Macon, Taylor, and Talbot counties confused when I used to map Georgia, but Macon and Talbot are majority black and Taylor is majority white, and they used to be equal partisanship, but they are not now because of the racial realignment.
Armin, it looks like Eric Stutzman has infiltrated our comment section.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how we can, tell that guy to go with Dinahui, but
here, I'll just block him.
All right, yeah, you can do that.
There we go. Bye-bye. Richmond getting closer to being fully in.
Wait, Washington flipped back? Yo!
Oh, I told you it might have been a bit early there.
Yo!
All right, Armin, feed the beast.
All right, we're feeding the beast. I fed them about DeKalb. I'm going to feed them about Washington too.
Do so. We all fed them about DeKalb. I put up a tweet saying the same thing. All right, Warnock is back in the oh.
What happened?
I'm going to tweet about Cobb. We got more results and tightened it down to a point. Okay, it looks like the rest of the Cobb earlies have come in.
Gosh, this is so much fun. Yeah. Wait, yeah. What are they? We have more in Cobb. Oh yeah, it's narrowing significantly.
Not ridiculously though, Armin. I mean, it's still at 65%.
Yeah. Is Jefferson fully in? No, it's not.
Okay.
Wait, Carroll is now fully in, and it's 0.3 points more Democratic than November.
Is it? Okay. Well,
apparently that's yours to feed the beast.
Oh no, I want to feed him about Fayette.
See, I get to feed all the rich bits.
Fayette is coming in. Fayette actually looks very good for the Dems right now.
Yeah, I bet I mean, I don't want to look up 159 county websites, but I'd have a good guess that East Cobb, which is more Republican, is the area that has to count their election day votes in the highest proportion.
I would too, but if you
I'm so confused between what I am seeing online and Kornacki. So Kornacki probably is a very smart guy, and Kornacki probably knows exactly what a lot of people on Twitter are saying. But he works for a reputable organization, and so they don't want to jump the gun. Calling things too early or whatnot. But it is objectively good for Warnock right now.
Yes, I would agree. I was just going to say though, Armin, if you look at him having 65% before the more Republican parts of Cobb count their election day ballots, I still think that gives him a decent shot of at least hitting his benchmark from November, 57% of the vote, if not exceeding it slightly, like he did in Rockdale. Maybe he gets 58 or 59 in Cobb. Sorry. Either way, 2-point overperformance by raw margin would be, by margin vote share. That would be pretty good. And I think that would sum up the race as a whole well, compared to our expectations for an average shift. But no, Fayette looks like finally going to crack, potentially, unless the election day vote is absolutely off the charts.
Yeah, I mean, right now the Walker lead is what, like 50,000, 60,000 votes, something like that.
Again, the question is still in my mind. I would still say it's more of how much Warnock will win by.
The remaining ballots in Fulton, let alone any of the other counties, are enough to wipe that out.
The remaining ballots in DeKalb might be enough. when you combine him with Fulton, that's definitely enough. I mean, DeKalb, Warnock got 250,000 votes out of DeKalb in November. And if you assume that the turnout drop is similarly small as it was in Rockdale, or perhaps we're a bit more conservative and we say the turnout drop is slightly larger in DeKalb, you're still talking about over 200K right into Warnock's camp. I mean, combine that with Fulton, and yeah, I would much rather be Warnock right now. I don't think any of us have any qualms saying that.
Yeah. Yeah, Lawrence County, which is Dublin, didn't shift at all. I suppose maybe a lot of UGA people who used to live in the Atlanta burbs now moved to North Georgia.
Yeah.
Wait, Camden is in, and yeah, Warnock outperforms again in Camden, and that's the Florida part of Georgia. So, I mean, in another hour, I think we might be able to.
Oh, yeah, I agree. We needed the cab drop, DeKalb, Fulton, any of these other ones. Even Gwinnett. Although honestly, I kind of want to see what we get in Cobb after we count a lot of these election day votes, because that'll be a good judgment of Warnock's margin statewide in terms of extrapolating how he's doing in Cobb relative to November, relative to 2020, and then looking at the other key counties and kind of coming to a judgment. If he's still at 60, for example, or 59, very, very, very big overperformances relative to the 57% he got at the end of the night when the election day votes are counted there, then we'd be looking at a comfortable win for him, which would track with the model. And okay, DeKalb drops.
What?
DeKalb drop. Warnock is ahead, and he's yeah. All right, I want to tweet about that.
Oh, 92-8. Yeah, you can tweet that one. Yeah, half of DeKalb just wiped that.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly what I was talking about earlier with you. I mean, yeah, there goes. I wouldn't even call that North Georgia a bulwark because, as we were saying from the beginning, DeKalb alone, let alone DeKalb and Fulton, enough to shift that dynamic.
What happened?
I'm just laughing at how defeating the beast thing, nobody admits it, but it's so true. I tweeted,
Oh, it's great.
tweet it and it has 50 likes in 30 seconds. All right, Armin, I'm ceding the rights. You get the next one.
Okay.
It's just a fun election night game. Oh, Walker's coming back a little bit.
It has to just be more of Rabun County and the Ed Jenkins land.
Yeah, that's I would guess too.
I mean, 16,000 votes, right? But another drop of DeKalb is just to nuke that again.
Or another drop from Fulton. Or Clayton. We have a lot of
Wait,
votes on Clayton.
Stewart County. Stewart County. You want me to feed the beast in Stewart?
Feed it.
All right, let's feed the beast some more with Stewart.
Someone comments on my tweet, I've seen enough Blake Masters wins the Georgia Senate runoff. That meme's not going to get old anytime soon. We're going to be hearing that one in the next few election cycles.
Stewart.
Yeah, but the model, I mean, again, very solid because at the moment we're not just talking about the actual statewide margin being accurately predicted. We're talking about the actual county margins being more or less accurately predicted. Pretty awesome. I mean, let me go pull up the RPub's version of the model here so we can compare it against the results. Okay. Oh, thank you for watching the coverage. We appreciate that too. And as for the New York Times needle, looks like it is.
We are your needle, everybody. We are the needle.
Yeah. There's no need for the actual needle here.
Someone tweeted a Palpatine quote saying, "Oh, I'm afraid DeKalb County will be quite operational by the time your ballots are counted."
That and Fulton.
Has Fulton come in yet?
Has not updated, but I'm just saying you have half out in Fulton, and Fulton cast more votes than Cobb, so we're still going to get some good Warnock drops out of there too. It was just more dramatic with DeKalb because it's not only Warnock's home county, but it came in after having reported practically nothing, and it shifted the leaderboard, if you will. But no, right now the model appears to have guessed every single county result correctly, assuming Blue Fayette holds. That's pretty awesome, I must say. Walker's catching up again.
Yeah, I mean, it just has to be more rural counties dumping their votes.
Yeah. All it's going to take is another drop from DeKalb.
Yeah, and Gwinnett's still there.
And
I mean, realistically, if he's at 67 with 3/5 of the vote in, he's not going to get below 60 with the election day votes that are coming in.
Clayton also added more votes, and looks like he's on track for a very slight overperformance there as well. I'm going to put that out. Warnock leads there 89-11 compared to his.
Yeah, the margins are going to be within like 3 points either way. Yeah, it looks pretty consistent that North Georgia is outperforming expectations.
Yeah.
And it's very visible on the map. But yeah, just looking at the completed counties swing map, most of the North is in already. So. Oh, Dougherty's fully in. It was Warnock plus 41 in November. Now it's Warnock plus 43.
Yes, although ironically, we're still waiting for more out of Macon County, but Warnock is pretty much at 60%, which he got last time, so not the same overperformance. But Walker is back in the lead slightly now, but between some of these downstate Democratic counties like Chatham, for example, Muskogee, that aren't even completely in, and of course the elephant in the room, the Atlanta Metro. Never mind. See exactly what I mean. Warnock's back in the lead again, so much rather be Warnock right now. Pretty clear about that. Ooh. Armin, if you want to tweet about Doherty, I'm going to tweet about Richmond real quick because it looks like Walker.
No, my notifications will explode if I tweet too much. So
I'm going to put up one more thing about Richmond.
hold on, I'll be back.
Okay.
Cherokee dropped more. Very interesting. Um, 31. Okay. Wait, Forsyth went more Democratic? Oh my God.
I'm trying to go retweet something Miles was talking about, but I can't get to it through my notifications. It's like trudging through snow.
Oh, Richmond is in, and Warnock is outperforming by 2.
Sumter. He expands his margin in Sumter.
Okay, he ends up winning something by 6. I think we predicted that pretty dang close.
Yeah, no, it was +7. So yes, very close. Yeah, I do see that Warnock did gain a point in Forsyth. Hall, though, is actually, well, there is a pretty strong third party presence in Hall. Walker's 71% is technically higher than November, but Warnock is also above his November share, which is going to pretty much keep the overall margin the same for the Republicans,
Yeah.
in Hall specifically. So we're only waiting for results on Wilkinson and on Dodge.
Oh, yeah. Dodgers, I think 2 or 3 precincts.
Yeah, no, neither of those counties is going to make a difference, but at this point, it's just a waiting game again for the next big drop from either one of Gwinnett, Fulton, or DeKalb, or all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like the needle had to be shut down because they ended up overestimating the Republicans. Come on, guys, we need more drops. It's gonna put this whole stream into a lull. Warnock's still running ahead in Columbia, though. He's at 41%, 71% in, and he got a little under 36% there in 20. See, so tempted to say 2020 in November.
Yeah.
2020, let alone 2021. Forgetting how many elections we've had in Georgia in the last 2 years.
Yeah, it's a very narrow lead. How's Fayette doing?
Fayette still looking good for the Dems, unless the election day vote is absolutely Ed Durr.
Eder.
Yeah, I love how we've talked so much about Ed Durr. We practically just kept him in relevance, considering he's up in the state senate elections in New Jersey this coming year, and I'll be covering those for split tickets. So we'll be able to see how Mr. Ed Durr does for re-election.
How would J.R. Majewski have done against Raphael Warnock?
Are you assuming that he underperforms as badly in the rural counties in Georgia as he did in the counties in his district?
Well, no, because it's the South, and that's just not going to happen ever.
Then he would probably just still lose in a blowout, but he would not lose by as much as he would lose a Senate race in Ohio. I don't think. That sounds counterintuitive when you think about it, because Ohio is a redder state than Georgia. But I don't know, Armin. I feel like he would be absolutely toxic in the suburbs in the Atlanta metro.
Oh, yeah, he'd lose Fayette by double digits.
That said, though, if you're looking at it in terms of elasticity of results, I do think he'd come closer in Georgia than in Ohio.
Well, yeah.
Depending on the night. I mean, it depends. If he were to underperform as badly as he did across his district, across the whole state of Ohio in a Senate race against someone like Sherrod Brown, then yeah, it's not going to be particularly close. But if that overperformance goes out the window and he ends up doing at least a little bit better, closer to a generic R, then it'd be a closer race, but I still think he'd lose, even though Ohio is, again, firmly a red state at the presidential level. He wouldn't lose by 13, though, obviously, but no, Georgia for now is just one of those states where you're going to always have an election that more or less is at least somewhat close if you're talking about a Senate race. I feel like that's the new norm.
Yep, still more from Chatham County. Oh, yeah, looks like he won Jefferson by 4.
We need more from Muskogee, too.
Yeah.
Okay, one Jefferson, one Warren. Burke is an overperformance, as I tweeted
Yeah.
earlier.
.92 in Brantley has to be the record for a Republican.
Yeah. Spalding, very similar to November.
Oh, yeah.
What's he at in Brantley right now?
Walker's at 92.
Yeah, that might be a record. Oh, well, Brantley could be the anomaly. I mean, Walker did get 8%, or Warnock got 8% both times, but removing third parties helps to put Walker's share up. I think either way, the conclusion here is the model will be dead on.
Yeah. Crazy. I mean, look, 20 years ago it would have been crazy to say that, Colorado or Vermont was bluer than Arkansas and West Virginia.
Or people might yell at you for the way you're writing your tweets in the group chats.
Let them yell. If I make a little bit of enemies to defend the truth, then it's worth it, right? Majewski would do about as well as Walker. He'd probably do. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Oh wow. Warnock overperformed in Paulding as well.
Yes. Warnock back in the lead. More DeKalb comes in.
Oh, we have more DeKalb?
I think so.
Oh yes. Then I get to tweet.
He's holding up well. It's 91-9. The margin didn't change at all, even though percent reporting came in. Change went up. Yeah, you can go ahead and send that, Armin. Come on, DeKalb. Drop your vote so I can go write an essay. Barrow County update. Dark MAGA.
That's where Mr. Richard Russell is from. He's a Winder. Oh, Muskogee's fully in?
Is it?
According to Single Tax Jacks, it is.
It is. Let me go tweet about that.
Oh, Varun Vishwanath is running a live precinct map. God bless you, man. Let's see what this looks like.
It's much easier just having one election to focus on.
Oh yeah, no, it's so much better. November was chaos.
Yeah, I think it's over.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't make projections, but my personal opinion is that Warnock has got it in the bag. Because if you
Yeah.
look at the 20% of outstanding votes as an estimate, even though it's mostly just guesswork, even if you're assuming that the election day splits are going to be better for the Republicans, which they will be in these very Democratic counties, apart from maybe Cobb, where you're going to get Eastern Cobb coming in, it's just going to increase his lead. And it's probably going to end up exactly where the model was pegging it, around 2 points. Do you tweet about Doherty? Oh, that one's done too.
No, you can take Dougherty.
So now we just have to wait and see if Warnock can overperform in Macon, which remains to be seen at this point. It wouldn't really matter anyway if he underperformed there, because it doesn't cast as many votes. But it's worth looking at. Just an interesting county in the second. It's an interesting one of the smaller counties in Georgia too. I like to use it as some sort of bellwether in that sense because Bibb is much larger and everybody worries about Bibb, but the second is a good way to keep your pulse on the smaller majority black counties. But I mean, even if you look at, oh, I spoke too soon. As I say that, Macon comes in, and Warnock is overperformed.
It was done?
He's overperformed there.
Well, the Macon suburbs are very Republican.
No. Macon County, not Bibb.
Oh yeah, no, that's a really good result for him.
I was using Macon as a bellwether of the second's other Democratic counties with higher black populations because if you look at Sumter in Americus, it has a slightly higher white population, which makes it closer than it would be in Macon. So I would distinguish and put them in two separate categories. This is honestly just Ed Durr for the Democrats.
Well, DeKalb County is Ed Durr.
If he could finish with over 90, I'd be impressed. Yeah, at this point with the Metro outstanding, it's more of a slow death dynamic.
Oh. Yeah, we just have to wait for Gabriel Sterling to print the ballots.
Oh my. There goes another one.
What?
I'm going to go post about it. Bibb is done.
Oh, okay.
He overperformed there too.
Yeah, that's really good. That's really, really good.
Let's get the right turnout data. so I don't post the wrong thing and get excoriated. Execrated.
I still can't believe Warnock got 70% of the vote in Richmond County. That's just stupidly huge.
I mean, yeah. The turnout barely fell.
Yeah.
In Bibb. Wait a second. What the? Yeah, he got 68% there in November. So it was pretty interesting to see him at 70 now. It's a fascinating dynamic, though, to see the Democratic performances increase as turnout goes down. We've seen it in a ton of counties in the state so far.
Yeah.
And did you talk about Tolliver yet, Armin? It's practically, I think it might actually be a slight Republican increase.
Tolliver is 60-40. It was
39, I think.
too many damn counties. It was 22-21. Yeah, slight Republican shift. So not great, but again, it's you'd think Warnock, with his ability to reach rural African American voters, would have done a little bit better there. But again, it's really small, so it's not going to be super consequential to his overall margin.
Yeah. Yeah. Cobb, it looks like we got a small drop out of Cobb. It's up to 67% in right now.
And what's Warnock at?
Warnock is at 62, which is still very good.
As long as he's above 56, he's going to be fine.
I'd expect him to be above 56. I mean, he got 57 in 2020. If you graph the uniform shift on there, he'd probably get like 50, 58-ish, 59, maybe if he's really lucky. Douglas is getting closer to finishing too. It looks like same dynamic. He's probably going to be at about 65 there. He's at 66 now. It was 64 and a half in November. Dodge County can still come in 100-0 for Warnock and shock the nation. That's another dark MAGA county, except it looks exactly like Twiggs. Very easy to confuse them, except you can remember that Twiggs is in the Black Belt. $64, $73. Looks like Gwinnett got some more votes in too, Armin.
Okay.
Warnock's at 64, which is also very good. I think Warnock.
Oh, that's really good. Yeah.
I think Warnock can very well finish at 60 in Gwinnett tonight. He got 58.9.
Well, we were expecting him to get 60 in Gwinnett. Oh, we have Wilkinson in too. Did not notice.
Apparently, Fayette is in, and it looks like Walker ends up winning.
Okay, well, we could get the Washington result.
Yeah, I'm just gonna see what happens with it. I'll say that the New York Times says, so I have some fallback in case it shifts. What does DDHQ say? DDHQ doesn't have it yet.
Okay, Nate Cohn's internal needle has D+3 that they're currently
So
working on
it's
fixing.
just it's just our model.
Yep. All hail the BB.
Yes, the BB. Okay, I don't think people understand that even if he doesn't win Fayette, that's still a very good performance, and it's in line with the overperformance average that we've seen across all the counties. Well, not all of them, but in line with the average, I think we're going to see statewide. I'll just go say the New York Times has reported this and that we're still waiting for certainty. Armin, can you confirm that New York Times still has Walker head and Fayette?
That's what I'm seeing. He is up by 491 votes. Okay, now it's getting closer again. These rural counties, man.
I know.
It's probably something from Hall or Jackson or Walton, maybe.
That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to relay the New York Times messaging on Fayette and then leave it. I do not feel comfortable personally making that call. It's too close.
Yeah, it's only 400 votes in one precinct or whatever. They find an extra truck worth of ballots from Peachtree City or something. And Dave calls it.
I mean, yeah, I think we reached the
I
thing.
mean, internally we did that a while ago, yeah.
We did. Internally, of course, but we can never make the official call, which is not a big deal. Although if things keep, I mean, Dave is thinking ahead, which makes sense, and he's totally justified in making that call. But the Times obviously isn't going to call it unless, well, I'm not going to say unless because that implies doubt. I deem the rules there just isn't enough vote left in the rules to really make the difference when you look at how much is still outstanding in DeKalb and Fulton. I think those will put Warnock back ahead and ultimately give him the victory. If they had their estimates for remaining votes on the Times, I think that would articulate the point we're trying to make much more clearly. You see what Jesse tweeted?
Yep, I did.
That's great. I like this. It's fun.
Yeah, no, it's fun, and the response to our coverage has been universally good.
Yeah, it's been a good election cycle. Is Terry good at interacting with your content now?
Yeah, he periodically likes it. Terry Gooden's a homie.
I see. I changed our names on here to red backgrounds for the colors, so that way we appear to be a little bit more of a split ticket because it was all blue before.
Oh yeah, sure, that works. That's fine.
Actually, no, I don't like the way that the color looks. Contrast looks terrible.
Come on, just more DeKalb, please. I want more DeKalb. I want more DeKalb votes.
I know, I want this to be over. Just give us the last. Just have it work like the Death Star. Give us the death blow that blows up the planet. What was the new Death Star they created in Force Awakens?
Um,
That was a whole planet.
Star Killer Base. That's it.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, heute erleben wir das Ende der Republik.
Yeah, we're not allowed to do this on we're not allowed to do this on this stream. Alrighty, let's get more out of here. I feel like the DeKalb and Fulton drops are just going to come at the last minute because right now, the fact that we've got 18% of votes outstanding, which is a comparatively small number, is pretty much entirely due to Fulton, more or less. So it appears that Fayette is done, but still well in line with the overall.
Oh, Needle's back? Needle's back. Very likely Warnock. Yeah, there's no red votes that really remain, besides maybe a little bit in Forsyth and some in Cherokee. Yeah, I think once Warnock takes the lead again, I think that's good.
I think the stream will be done by 10 o'clock.
Yeah, same.
The DeKalb drop will be coming sometime soon. Someone tweeted the ascending to heaven meme with the GOP Senate candidates. Okay, that's true. Fulton hasn't updated in 3 hours, but if we get another DeKalb drop, it's safe to call it for Warnock because we know that what is left in Fulton, however long it takes them to actually count it, is only going to boost Warnock's lead.
Yeah. Is Hall fully in?
You would
Yeah,
know.
it is. 73-27. Yeah, so it was a 1 point right shift. So
You see, Armin, unlike you, I don't know all of the vicissitudes.
oh no,
I'm
just looking at the list of the shifts that the New York Times has at the bottom.
Ware County is fixed.
Well, that just must have been the rest of Waycross. And yep, that sounds right.
71-29. Again, one of the places where both candidates saw their vote shares go up as the third party share goes down. Okay, Armin, if we don't have a drop from DeKalb by 10 o'clock, I'm just going to end it anyway because we know it's a foregone conclusion at this point.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, Columbia's in too? Oh no, it's mostly in. Yeah, something more just came in. Oh, Houston County's fully in, 2.2. That's that military vote in Warner Robins, guys. That's it's a Democratic trending area. It's gonna be good to watch long term.
Yeah, I think it's over.
Yeah, this is trust football.
Laksha has basically agreed. And shout out once more, I'll put the link, but shout out to our model and Laksha's good work. with the coding. As you can see on the link, pretty much spot on apart from Fayette. And even then, we
Oh,
don't.
Dodge County finally dropped a single precinct, bro. Oh wait, did something else come in? Did we get more from DeKalb? No, we didn't. Clayton, we didn't get any more from. Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
And if you look at the average improvement from 1 point victory or 0.8 to the expectation of 3 points, well, that's about 2 points, more or less mirrors the 1.7% shift that we saw in Fayette. And well, frankly, that lines up well with the average shift, I think, once we calculate it for the counties. We could even stratify that by population.
All right, come on. Bringen Sie mir mehr Stimmen, por favor. It's better than saying bringen Sie mir Fegelein.
Bringen Sie mir Kanye, Kanye.
To be very clear, Split Ticket condemns Kanye and anti-Semitism and all of that. Spreekt meer Nederlands?
Een beetje Nederlands. Maar
Mijn Nederlands is niet zo goed.
ja, weinig Nederlands. Meest Duits. Niet zoveel Nederlands. Mijn Nederlands is scheite. Armin,
Yes?
you want to write the generic ballot piece with me?
Yeah, sure.
Wonderful. All right, we can do that for Sunday.
I'll be in New York on Sunday.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I don't actually actively learn Dutch. I've just been learning German for a very long time, so I can usually pick up some very German biased Dutch. But yeah, I think it's safe to to end the stream. I mean, I don't have anything more to say. We're going to have a generic ballot piece out this weekend with Armin and myself. And then, I don't know, Armin, do you have anything else planned for this week? If not, we can just work on the generic.
Next week, I'll work with Jake Rue from BYU to do a breakdown of what went down in the Utah Senate race. But
Yeah.
other than that, yeah, so it's wide open.
I have 2 against the trend pieces. I'm going to be looking at the Dobbs plane effect thing and California. And then eventually I have some data piece ideas I want to take a look at as well. And once Laksha recovers from his 1-week break in a cave, he's going to work with me on the WAR model for the House. So we'll put that out there. But yes, thank you guys for watching. Thank God we don't have to be here for 8 hours like on Tuesday. And everybody have a good night. Armin, stay on for a second.